So do you think identifying as a different race is offensive?
This is a very good question. I think, I don't know.
If you can choose your gender, can you choose your race? Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my wonderful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and also highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. Today, speaking of freedom fighters, PragerU, they certainly qualify for freedom fighters. They recently released a video, a man on the street video, covering the topic, if you can choose your gender, can you choose your race? Now, it sounds absolutely ludicrous that you could just choose your race, identify as a different race than what you actually are. That's ridiculous. And then on the other hand, equally ridiculous is choosing your gender, something that's become, you know the story, it's become woke culturally not only acceptable but encouraged, and being based in reality is certainly discouraged. So one of the things I'm most excited about with regard to this video, which I haven't watched yet because I wanted to watch it with you for the first time, is we get to see what liberal thinkers who are all about, dude, choose your own gender. It's like super easy. Just say the thing, then you are that thing that you imagine. Like reality is based on your imagination. They're talking to those people, getting them into a little bit of a logical corner, if you will, by asking them, cool, choose your gender. Awesome. Can you also choose your race? So I'm excited to see this for the first time with you. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Aldo here with PragerU. Today I'm at UCLA to ask students about blackface and this new phenomenon of woman face. Why is it socially acceptable to be transgender, but not transracial?
By the way, I love that the term woman face is being used. I didn't hear that term until I said it for the first time. Now, I don't want to just make this about me. I don't think like I started the trend of using woman face. What excites me about people using woman face is it's accurate. It absolutely shows the parallels of blackface, but also the fact that so many people are like just coming up with the term woman face at the same time, for me means it's just such an obvious logical label that a lot of people who are willing to use their own mind rather than using someone else's propaganda that runs on the hardware system of their mind, people are saying it. It's obvious, which I think is a good sign. Back to the video. Hey, pride flag. Look at that, on a college campus. Who would have thought?
Let's go find out. I want to show you a couple pictures of prominent figures rocking blackface and get your reaction to it. Is that all right?
Very interesting. I did not. Okay.
This is Rachel Dolezal, who was a president of a chapter of NAACP, who identified as transracial. She said that she was born in the wrong body and that she identified as black.
Whoa, okay. Born in the wrong body. God makes so many mistakes, apparently.
This is Ted Danson at the Friars Club Roast in New York City. This is Sarah Silverman in blackface on her TV show. Yeah. What do you think of when you see these images?
It's not good. It's really bad.
Do you think people can identify as a certain race?
No, I do not believe you can identify as a certain race.
So do you think
She's over it. But also logical right there. No, people can't identify as a certain race.
Identifying as a different race is offensive?
This is a very good question. I think
right now you see her unwilling to use her own thinking. She's rifling through the Rolodex of the woke propaganda. What am I supposed to say? The propaganda hasn't told me what to say on this. So you don't get a straight answer. You don't get it fast. But that's what it looks like when someone's prefrontal cortex, like the intelligent part of their brain, it has something to say, but then they like constipate their brain, access the reptilian brain, which I think it runs on fear, and that's how propaganda motivates people. I can't say the wrong thing because that would be scary. This would happen, this would happen. So nonetheless, that's what it looks like.
I don't know. You can't become something that is recognized off of skin color if you weren't that skin color your whole life.
Right, because it's biological. Mm-hmm. Do you think that people who claim transracial are making a mockery of real black people?
yes. Yes.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about woman face. Have you guys heard the term woman face?
No.
Have you heard this term? So this is men who identify as women, and then they
So I don't think we've seen these two yet, but I assume he set them up, like showed them blackface. And of course they say, yeah, that's wrong, that's offensive. And now the tide is actually going in the same direction, but we get to see if they're willing to use their own mind, or if they struggle to search in the propaganda Rolodex, what am I supposed to say? Spoiler alert, what you're supposed to say is what you actually think. Let's see if they do that.
benefit socially and financially from many cases. Do you guys know Dylan Mulvaney?
No.
So he transitioned, and after he transitioned to a woman, he has millions of dollars in brand deals. You have Leah Thomas, who has William Thomas, ranked very low on the swimmer scoreboards. After transitioning, was #1 in the country.
It's bullshit to me that you reap
Woo! Bullshit. I like the way he thinks.
benefits for something you're not.
I think that is a completely different story. Being transgender is something where you can genuinely be born with different biological features or whatever, and that doesn't contribute to gender or like societal norms at all. I think those are two completely different things.
To be expected, but wow, it is just so funny to see someone riding the logical wave and then they try to backpedal, swim against the current. Yeah, your race is biological. It's ridiculous to try to pretend to be a different race. And then gender, gender's not I'm not a biologist now. I was in the previous question, but not anymore. Gender, of course. Like, it's just because they said that's the thing, like, you can do that. It's so different. Like, it's the same, but it's the same thing is so different. Woo!
Is woman face offensive?
I don't think that's woman face. I think those are people who were born in the wrong bodies, who are becoming themselves.
So
again, God makes so many mistakes. Thank God communism intimidates people into being disconnected from God. Otherwise, 1984 could never become reality. You got to think God does make mistakes. A lot of them. He makes so many mistakes, we got to actually stop believing in God. God in itself is a mistake. The idea it's a mistake, it's a lie, because people wouldn't be born in the wrong bodies if there was a God. Or maybe people are born in the right bodies and the human mind makes mistakes.
So if you can identify with a different gender, why can't you identify with a different race?
The biological side of it, because race has no biological connections whatsoever.
Is your skin part of biology? Are your genetics that dictate your race? Is that part of biology? Apparently not. She is spending money very well at college to learn how to not think.
It's purely based off of physical appearances.
I just asked you if it was biological. You said yes.
Is recognized off of skin color. If you weren't that skin color your whole
Right,
life.
because it's biological.
Or I mean, sex has biological backings, but gender is not. Gender is a spectrum.
Why
So
is it
different.
socially acceptable to be transgender, but it's not socially acceptable to be transracial?
I think that's like they're very different things. I think that
Dude, again, that's what it looks like when someone is not willing to use their own mind, their own thinking. She's thinking what you and I are thinking, but she's not giving herself permission to think that, so she's fighting the thought. And that's why we always see the constipation of the the going in circles, changing the subjects. It'd be cool if she just attacks him. Like, I'm going to prove that I'm right by just attacking you. I'll smear you. Maybe I'll get physically violent in a peaceful way.
I don't know how to phrase this in a way, but
Obviously.
I would say is.
I wouldn't say I'm educated enough to have the proper definition of separating the two.
But what about how Rachel Dolezal, she said that she was born in the wrong body, that she really is black. Why is that any different than being born in the wrong body and being a woman or a man?
I don't know how to explain it, but I know that it is.
I don't know how to explain it, obviously, but I know that it is. Awesome. I guess that's how science works. You just take people's word for it.
I feel like people, they have the freedom to do what they want.
Is that an endorsement of transracialism?
Ooh.
Kind of got me, huh?
Do you see the hypocrisy here?
Dude, he said I'm kind of cornered. We got to watch that again. I like this guy.
Kind of got me, huh?
Do you see the hypocrisy
Kinda got
here?
me,
I
but-
do see the hypocrisy, but I don't think the hypocrisy is I'm not trying. How do I phrase this?
Wow. I guarantee she's got a pretty high IQ. I mean, she's there in college. She looks astute, forgive my judgment. Someone allowing themselves to be dumb when they're actually intelligent, it's hilarious. It's also a little bit of a problem.
Maybe it's if I want to be a dragon, I can just be a dragon or something.
Yeah.
Why is it socially acceptable for people to identify as a different gender, but it's not socially acceptable for people to identify as a different race?
Well, I don't know. That's a great question.
I hear a lot of people on this campus today that say the black face is wrong, but the woman face is totally acceptable. Why is there a double standard for race and gender?
That I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, you guys, that is a wrap here at UCLA. Definitely an interesting one here.
Oh yeah, shout out to PragerU. Wanted to play that because they're definitely worth following. This is a great video. This, in my opinion, uses the same, call it power, that Matt Walsh in What Is a Woman used. When you've got a ridiculous argument that's dangerous, all based on falsehoods, completely discounts reality, biology. When you've got that, the best way to fight that is to expose those people. It's not even with counter arguments, because the counter arguments, they've been known for as long as humans have been on Earth. We know what a woman is, it's an adult female. We know what race is, so it's not worth countering that argument. The best strategy is what they did, what Matt Walsh did. You just expose those people, ask them questions, and watch intelligent people act extremely stupid. To me, like, showing the stupidity of anything is the best way to disempower that thing. So I think this video is brilliant. I think it's a very accurate parallel. Race is based on biology. Gender is based on biology. Forgive me for saying that. I'm not an biologist. Apparently, I'm not an English major either. I think it's brilliant, and I really appreciate you watching. Hopefully, you had a good time with this video, and hopefully, this video has gotten well over 1 million views at this point, short amount of time. So it's great that a lot of people are seeing this, getting stupidity exposed. And to me, stupidity, it's great, it's fun, but the danger in that stupidity, that's why it matters. That's why it's important that things like this gets exposed. You just see there's not only holes in the argument, there's like not even enough surface area in that position to create holes. It's just hollow, shallow garbage. Shout out to PragerU. That was a great video. Appreciate you, my freedom-loving friend, and I do want to give a shout out to the sponsor of today's video, Joy Mode, helping make it all possible. Whether you're happy or unhappy with your performance in the bedroom, why not make it better? Well, Joy Mode is here to save the day. It's an all-natural sexual performance booster for men. Now, boosting your sexual performance is easier said than done. Maybe you've been to a gas station and seen all those sketchy performance pills, and looked at the ingredients and realized this is just a toxic collaboration of garbage. And maybe you don't want to mess with the pharmaceutical route where you've got an erection, like it or not, for 4 hours and potentially nasty side effects. Luckily, Joy Mode provides an all-natural male enhancement supplement that doesn't require a prescription or any side effects. This sexual performance booster is designed to enhance erection quality, firmness, and sex drive. Feel kind of goofy saying it, but it's true. You just simply mix up a packet 45 minutes to 4 hours before you want to perform, and you'll enjoy the benefits. It's like pre-workout, but for sex. If you, my friend, want to spice things up and boost your sexual performance in the bedroom and do it all naturally without a nasty prescription, then just go to usejoymode.com/JP. And while you're there, use the code JP for 20% off your first order. Thank you, Joy Mode. It makes me happy.